What you been on, bro?
Nothing much, bro. Same shit, different day. Just grinding, school,
What you going to school
hustling.
for?
PT. So I'm in
For real?
grad school, yeah, bro.
Ooh.
I'm in grad school. I got 6 months left.
For real?
Yeah, I'm just like doing internship right now, so I'm like really done with like the lecture portion and shit, like
Yeah.
going to classes and stuff. I'm
Mhm.
done with that. I'm just like doing like an actual, like I go to like an actual clinic.
Mhm.
I go to that hoe and then I'm like learning from like people who've already been in the field.
That's hard.
Yeah, so I've been doing that. So I did a month. I was out in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I did a month, 1 month internship, and then I went back to classes and shit.
Mhm.
Now I gotta do a 3-month one. That's up in Cypress.
Mhm.
It's a nice little outpatient sports clinic, so I'm gonna be working with like athletes and
For
shit.
real?
I'm excited for that shit.
Good
I actually
bread.
start next week.
For real?
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, man,
In Cypress.
in Cypress.
But you ain't moving back to Austin?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I'm done with that.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
so it's like the internship can be like anywhere in the nation, but like regardless of where the school is based.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
fine.
I'm finna start that. I'm excited for that, bro. But I'm just like, I ain't nervous because I've done it before, but it's just like you don't want to go out there looking stupid, you know?
I'm crazy. For
Yeah,
sure.
right.
That shit ain't hard.
It's not, bro. I mean, I really don't like going to things like looking at it like that.
Yeah.
Like regardless of what I'm doing.
We're not even going into it, but like I ain't gonna lie, like getting into the field, knowing how the body work, all that shit.
Yeah,
That shit
but
wasn't like
that
this.
shit was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro, but it's just like repetition, like just like learning the shit
Yeah.
and then like continuously learning that shit.
Yeah, and once you really get the terms, you already know what's what.
Yeah, exactly. It's all pure memorization.
That's a fact.
Like really, like that's what all school is, bro. It's like
That's really
memorizing shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like when you get into like a certain specific field, then that's when you start like doing like you start learning like the practical portion of shit, like the actual hands-on shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of feel like that shit is hard. It's harder than like the actual schoolwork, but that's just like repetition. Like the more you doing that shit, the easier it comes to you. Then a couple months later, it's like second nature.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like I know, like with the podcast thing,
Mm-hmm.
for you it was kind of like when you first started, like you probably didn't have like a vision of like where the shit was gonna go, but you just knew like if you keep like putting out episodes, consistently doing it,
Mm-hmm.
repeating it, being like so repetitive with like what you doing,
Yep.
that shit was gonna like fall into place.
That's a fact.
Now you already know like how
That's
to
what
edit the
I wanna do.
video, the good spots, like the lighting, all that shit. You know where to put the
Mhm.
camera at, all that shit. So,
For sure. That's a fact,
yeah.
bro. And I ain't gonna lie, shit, doing this whole 1D, it just make it easier for when I get a team.
Yeah.
So I know, like, tell them how to do this. Because if I
Right.
would have had a team coming in,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have knew shit.
Right,
How to
right.
edit videos, the lighting on shit,
Right.
like just how a set's supposed to look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah, shit fall into place for sure with repetition, bro.
But what you mean, like if you had it, like if you came in with a team, like you wouldn't have been able to like pinpoint or like focus on like what you want to like learn, or what you mean by that?
Or I mean, it wouldn't have like I wouldn't have learned shit because I would have been spoon fed. Like they know how to do this already.
Okay,
like that's what I'm
okay.
bringing them in to do.
Yeah,
But now that I'm doing this whole solo dolo, bro,
yeah,
when I bring somebody in, I could tell them exactly how I want this, and
Yeah.
if they can do it or tailor to my vision.
right.
But for the most part, bro, like honestly, I think God's showing me like do everything yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do become that boss or do employ people,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be easier. You'll know exactly what you want
Yeah.
in certain spots and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah, that make a lot of sense, bro.
So, yeah, bro, this
That make a lot of
podcast and
sense.
shit. Because when I first came in, I feel like I was doing too much. It was like too much structure,
Mm-hmm.
or it was just like topics. And I was trying to be like another podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But now, bro, it's really just pure conversation.
Yeah.
And you gonna get to topics when you get to topics, but it ain't just on no like
It's not
Forced.
Yeah, it's not forced.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, because I know like some podcasts, because I'm a big podcast person, so like I watch a lot of podcasts on like just like various topics, and I know like some people like they'll have like a list of things that they already want to talk about beforehand,
Right.
and then it's kind of like whenever they do have it like that, it's like it doesn't like. You could tell when it was like that because it's like it don't flow naturally. It's like you could be talking about one subject and then like y'all go like in a deep, profound conversation on that subject, and then next thing you know, the podcast host is like, boom, switch it up.
Yeah. And I don't like that shit.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you because it just be like, bro, like y'all could have went into something else like naturally,
right?
But you want to flow. But I ain't gonna lie. I think that come from people who just doing it for the bread. Like they don't really like the craft of
it. They just trying to get as much content.
And they already got a certain following. So they just building on their following by like talking to a camera.
Right.
But bro, the people who really fuck with this shit, they like you could tell when it's podcasting for real than when it's just like we doing the news.
Yeah.
But in our
right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a good example.
Like, I don't know.
Because that is how the news is. They already got like a list of things that they got to cover.
That's exactly what it is.
Check this out, check that out.
That's exactly what it is. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Well, I can't say that, but kind of like how No Jumper used to be. When he used to have like the underground motherfuckers and they just used to shoot the shit about like random shit.
Right. I don't even be watching No Jumper like that no more, bro.
What's your favorite podcast?
As far as like what goes, cause like I listen to like just like a lot of shit.
What's up? Give your top 5 right now.
Damn, top 5. Well,
yeah,
all right. It's this one. I think I got a top 5. Right, I ain't gonna put them in order, but I got 5 that I can like give for people. It's one called Finesser's Club. It's like Finesser's Club only, where they kind of like the guy, like the host, he talks about a lot of different things, but like he usually has like women come on there and like they just talk about just like things like from a woman's perspective. And he's a guy, and then like he'll give his perspective from a man's perspective. So they just talk about a lot of things. Like he'll have like entrepreneurs on there, like he'll have like OnlyFans models on there and stuff, just random things. Then there's another one called The Art of Manliness. This one is kind of like, it's like how can I describe it? With this one, he has like a lot of like intelligent, intellectual people come on the podcast, and he'll talk about something that will like the topics would be something that's kind of like pertaining to society, but it's kind of like it talks about things. It just talks about like a lot of random different things. Like that's one that I like really recommend for people because you never know what you're gonna get on that one. Then I listen to like a lot of like school podcasts and stuff, shit for like physical therapy, just like the human body, movement system, shit like that. Like if I'm traveling or like if I'm on a road trip, I don't want to listen to music. I'll pop that shit on, so I can like back door be studying while I'm driving.
That's fine, cause you damn near gain knowledge from podcasts, bro. People don't really know, like that's damn near like a new book.
It is, bro.
Cause you get experience from other people that went through shit, and then shit just be adding up. Like, oh damn, I ain't know that's what that was. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying?
Now that you said that, EYL, I know you know EYL. So I fuck with EYL a lot. I remember like right around the pandemic when they was like really like buzzing. I noticed like a lot of folks like just stopped like paying attention to like the shit that they be talking about on EYL, but like still like they give a whole lot of game on there. As far as like finances go, as far as just like investing in shit, they give a whole lot of game on EYL. I fuck with EYL tough. I fuck with Noriega, his shit. Damn, I don't know where I got that. Drink Champs. I fuck with that hoe. I fuck with Mason Cameron shit.
It is what it is.
That shit nice.
For a good little new sports, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they
shit, and that's really like the main ones. Just like I listen to just like different things like here and there, just like little business podcasts and shit. Shit that like talk about like the news and shit like that.
I ain't gonna lie, like I try to make 2234 podcasts about whatever.
Yeah.
Like any guest could come up here. Like I didn't try to get like OnlyFans bitches on here.
Yeah.
I didn't try to get like
just to see that perspective on shit.
I try to do everybody,
Like,
bro.
not?
Yeah, cause you just never know like who can relate
Mm-hmm.
to whatever the fuck you talking about,
Right.
or like what new audience it would bring
Mhm.
and shit like that.
That's a fact. Bro.
I try to get investors on here.
Yeah.
I try to get people that do real estate on here.
Yeah.
And not to say they not gonna come,
Yeah.
but I mean, shit. I guess it's a time and a place for everything. It just wasn't that time.
So why do you feel? Do you feel like they just like not taking you serious, or it's just like that they probably like feel like you need to compensate them to come on here?
That's a good question. A lot of times, I don't think it don't be them taking me serious, because if you like really do your research and see like I've been doing this shit for a minute,
Yeah.
so I don't even think it be that. Sometimes it be compensation, and sometimes I think a lot of people's schedules be built up and they don't feel like it's enough promotion for them to take time out of their day.
Out of their day and come up here. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Or they need like a incentive, which is like compensation and shit like that.
Right.
Like I ain't gonna lie, I could have had probably a couple people out here, but I ain't paying nobody.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna force it.
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's
not
like your
forcing shit.
bottom line.
I'm not forcing shit. Like
Yeah.
you gonna come up here fuck with me off the strength.
You're right.
Or it just is what it is. You're going to see me when I get to the top.
Right.
You're going to be hitting me up.
Right.
Because I know what I got going.
Yeah. And that's a good ass mindset to have, bro, in anything that you do, bro.
For sure.
Real. I kind of feel like when you go in with like you got like certain things that you're not going to budge on, and you know for sure like you're going to put your foot down and not budge on those things.
Yeah, bro.
That's a good ass mindset to have.
I can't pay nobody, because it's just like, bro, I'm coming up. I'm paying you shit hundreds of dollars to come up here and chop it up for what, 1 hour max?
Right.
That's craziness.
Right.
I ain't doing that shit, and you really ain't just hot like that.
Yeah.
For me to be doing all that shit. So it's just like shit. It is what it is. Shit. Either you gonna fuck with me off the strength of somebody else, because I done had that happen before.
Yeah.
Well, somebody, I'll reach out to somebody. They'll dub me. But they see I interview somebody that they fuck with.
Then
they want to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
human nature, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I ain't even tripping off of it, because, you know what I'm saying? Promo is promo.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. I think 2234 Podcast is a household Houston, like, podcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, enough people know about me or whatever the fuck I got going on.
Yeah, you already got like that local viewership.
Right. Even though it can like build up a little bit more, but I think it's like a buzzing name. Like it ain't a lot of podcasts that's doing what I'm doing or like talking about shit I be talking about.
For sure.
So hell yeah, bro. I just gotta keep going,
That's
keep
what's
going.
up, bro.
But hell yeah, shit. Let's get this whole started. Welcome back to another episode of 2234 Podcast. I'm your host. Follow my boy, Chuck, in the building. Yes, sir. We got a good podcast for y'all. I want to make sure to tell y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and shit. This our first episode of the new year. Happy 2024.
One. Oh, I'm setting the standard, bro.
Yeah, you setting the standard, bro.
Standard.
You say you was coming up here to talk some shit, so shit, we finna see. Cause I ain't, it ain't no script, you know what I'm saying? We can't talk about this. We can't talk about this. Nah, talk about whatever shit. Cause I'm sure I got an input on whatever it is.
Right.
So hell yeah, man. Let's get this whole started, man. Just tell the people where they can follow you and shit. We gonna go.
Yeah, y'all can follow my Instagram at whoischuck _ WHOISCHUCK_ That's my main Instagram. And then on my main Instagram, like you can go follow all my other little side shit. I got like clothing and shit that I sell. I do fitness. I do all types of shit, so y'all gotta tap in with me for sure.
For sure.
2025, we going up, man.
Going straight the fuck up, bro.
It's grind season.
Got to. Tell me a little bit about it. Like, what made you start Chuck's Vintage, bro? Because that's a fire-ass concept.
Chuck's Vintage, bro, honestly, that honestly came from like, so like growing up and shit, like my tea lady, she'll like go to like the thrift stores and shit.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be like grabbing clothes for herself and stuff, or like she'll grab like some clothes to like, cause I'm Nigerian, you know, so like she'll grab some clothes to like send back to Nigeria, cause like buying clothes here in the States is not the same as like buying clothes like in like a third world country.
What's the difference?
What I'm saying? So it's like let's say like you got $1, you got one solid dollar.
Mm-hmm.
In Nigeria they use something called the naira.
Mm-hmm.
And the naira is kind of like, it's not as valuable as the dollar. So the dollar can go a long way, you know what I'm saying, in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the dollar's worth more in Nigeria than it is in the United States.
For sure.
So if you buy $5 worth of clothes in the United States, you know what I'm saying, you might get you like, let's say, a t-shirt
Mm-hmm.
and some shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And you send that back to Nigeria and you sell it, you know what I'm saying?
They coming up.
Yeah, you coming up. Like the difference of value is like not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So like, as opposed to like, you know, spending money on clothes and shit in Nigeria, like my mom would like rather like buy the clothes here and then send it back there for them to wear or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then even just like for myself and stuff, like growing up when we was like super young, like we weren't going to like, you know, the mall and shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, every month to buy some clothes. Like we can like use clothes and shit, shit like that. So so like going to like the like thrift stores and stuff was just like something that was always embedded in me, like from a young age. So I already knew, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm like 8 years old, 7 years old, I'm already knowing like this clothes is like super cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm already knowing like you can find like good clothes in here.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So just like me having that knowledge at a young age, I just like decided, like one day I just like decided to go in there. I was like, I'm gonna buy some clothes, this, that, and the third, I'm gonna flip it. And I just kept doing that. And then like eventually, I noticed like the vintage wave was coming up. This is probably like when I was like an undergrad. So this is probably like 2015 or so.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, cause you know, when you at school, like you already see like what everybody wearing and shit. So I'm like, the vintage thing coming up. So boom, I came up like on a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't had nothing to do with that money.
For sure.
So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna just go buy all of this stuff and I'm gonna sell it online. I'm gonna sell it on eBay. So I was doing that from like, for a while, I was doing it probably since like 2017 or so. So I like built up like a big eBay following from just like, from just like flipping clothes and shit. So I was like, damn, let me go ahead and try to like turn this like into like an online shop.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, I just like started like taking good pictures, posting them on Instagram, running like little ads and shit. And it's just like people just started tapping in, fucking with me.
So that hoe is like a established like company down there.
Yeah, damn near, yeah. I got an LLC and everything for that.
Wow, what?
Yeah, so like when I file taxes, you know what I'm saying, I can get like tax deductions off of that shit. Like the shipping material that I use, like I can write that shit off and say it's like a business expense, you know what I'm saying? Or like the shipping labels, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I stay like real structured and like real organized with that stuff, so that I can like keep as much money coming in and keep the least amount going out. Yeah.
Okay, bitch. So when it comes to like that thrifting shit, like how do you know what pieces is like hard and what pieces gonna go?
Shit, knowledge, bro, and just like following like other like, cause you know they got like other people who do the same thing. So if you like tapping in with the people who do all the other shit, who do the same thing as you, like you'll like gradually you'll learn like what's hot and what's not. Like you'll see like at one point it was like vintage anime that was popping.
Yeah.
And then at some other point, it's like vintage sports that's popping. And at some other time, it's like vintage 90s Cartoon Networks and shit. So like, if you just like paying attention, like you ain't just like, I don't just like give that shit like all my time, but like if I'm on Instagram or something, I'm scrolling through these people. Yeah, it's like people that's like real hot. I'm talking about these dudes got like 1 million followers, 500,000 followers, and then like they constantly on that bitch because you know that's like full-time job, so they constantly on there. So they just like posting different things, like talking about different things. So I'm just like paying attention to these things. So if I come up on something, if I'm at like the rag store, if I'm at the thrift store or something, and I see something and I'm like, damn, this shit click. I boom, grab it, do my little research, look it up, and I see if it's going for like 90, 100 bucks, I'll just take it.
How often do you go thrifting?
I mean, I used to go probably like 4 times out the week, but now I kind of like dialed down because I'll just be so busy with other shit. Or I'll go to like a warehouse or something, and I'll just grab all that shit for like hella cheap. Yeah.
Okay, cause I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that's a live little business, cause it's always gonna be vintage shit.
It is, bro, for sure. And then like not even just vintage shit. You don't even just find vintage shit. Like you'll find like some designer in that hoe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can find like all types of designer. You can find like not necessarily luxury designer, but it can be something like a Ralph Lauren, like a old school Ralph Lauren shirt that probably go for like 80 bucks or something. Like you can find shit like that, or you can find like some luxury designer, like some Gucci or some shit. I done find like all types of crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? But like as far as like the business portion of it, like the niche is vintage. So like if I find some vintage shit, I'm gonna try to like post that on my story or something. You know what I'm saying? Cause like that's my niche. That's like what I'm trying to like. That's the artist I'm trying to garner towards my shop.
Okay.
But like I said, you'll find like all types of crazy shit that you can just flip, take the profits, invest that into like the vintage shit.
Do you ever find some shit to where you be like, man, I might have to keep this out?
Yeah, all the time, bro. All the time. Yeah, all the time. It's like shit that I just like really like.
Yeah.
I find that shit, I keep that shit.
Tell me one of those things you went in there for and you was like, bro, this hoe come on with me. Like, give me 3 things.
So I found like a North Face puffer.
Yeah.
My house got for like a good 300 bucks. I had found that hoe. They wanted 20 for it. I just bought it. But you know, like the full zip puffer jackets, the one that they wear like in Alaska and shit. That hoe was hard. I never wore it, but I still got that hoe. I done found like some jerseys, like basketball jerseys that go for like 500, 600, and these like real authentic Nike like jerseys from like way back in the day.
Yeah.
What else have I found that I was like, fuck, I'm keeping? Man, it's a lot of shit. Like it's just like some other vintage, like some real deal hard vintage shirts that I was like, man, I'm gonna wear this hoe one time and then I'm gonna probably sell it. Just like it's been a lot of shit though.
Yeah.
I done found like some pants in that hoe, like some nice ass like some Evisu pants, some jeans, like denim jeans. Yeah, but that just off of me going so often, or like shit. If I'm going to lunch or something, and it's like a thrift store next door, I'm gonna go to that hoe for like 20 minutes. It don't take but like 20, 30 minutes for me because I know what I'm coming in to get. You know, I ain't going in that hoe just like trying to shift through everything. I'm going in that hoe like,
let me go see if they got this.
Let me go see if they got this, or let me see what they got in that hoe. If they got in that hoe, I'm gonna grab it. Let me get up out of here.
Okay, good. Shit. You say you was in physical therapy, bro.
Yeah.
What are your plans when you're done, you know, with the learning portion of the physical therapy?
So I want to open my own. Well, I will. I'm gonna start my own clinic, you know, and I'm trying to like garner my shit towards like sports. You know what I'm saying? So I want to like work with like, cause I did like training and I did like coaching and shit and all that stuff. But that was all like, it's so broad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's broad and it's a lot of competition
Facts.
when it comes to like coaching and like training. But like everyone's in like the fitness industry. So I feel like me having like that physical therapy degree under my belt and that having that shit to my name, it's kind of like I set myself apart from everybody.
Facts.
Yeah, and then it's like healthcare. Healthcare is like one of the biggest industries in America. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like even if I fail from like a business standpoint,
Yeah.
I'm still always have something to fall back on.
Facts.
Cause like honestly, that's really what a professional degree is all about, just having something to fall back on. So I feel like if I fail like as a business, like I'd always have like a good paying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a recession proof job. It's nowhere in the nation that I can go
And
can't find a job.
That's
you know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? So
That's a fact.
that's one thing that I'll say, bro, about like education. That's the biggest perk is like you set yourself apart from like the crowd for sure.
Yeah, you definitely do got a one up.
Yeah.
But do you feel like a lot of times people go get that paper and they don't even use it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it depends on what you're going for. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to school to get like an African American history's degree, or are you going to school to like study biology so you can like backdoor take that and go get go to like fucking med school or something? It's always the context always matters, bro.
So you really need a plan going into college for real.
Yeah, and a lot of young folks don't have
Don't have a plan. They just
You know
be
what I'm
going and pick something that they like
Yeah.
and see if it work out type shit.
And then the thing is, like, the counselors who's like in high school, the counselor who's supposed to like help you like navigate these decisions, they don't really like care that much.
They don't give a fuck.
Cause they just trying to like do the bare minimum so they can get their paycheck and go home. Like they don't like really care about, cause it's like, think about it, bro. It's probably like a couple hundred students at every high school, and you got like what 2-3 counselors or so.
Yeah.
So it's like these people can't like really like give you like an in-depth perspective on like what you should do, because it's just so many people that they gotta navigate towards, and they gotta like worry about this person, worry about that person. So it's kind of like at a young age, bro, I feel like we need more guidance. Like society just needs more guidance when it comes to like making these decisions if you want to go to college or not go to college, because that shit is expensive, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And they just really, I ain't gonna lie, I think they do it for numbers.
Like who's they? Like the people who go or what?
No, not the people that go. I'm talking about like as far as the schools and how they try to push you towards like college and making the grades and getting all these recruiters up there,
Right.
and having the counselors be like sit you down and be like what you want to do and shit like that. Like they naturally don't give a fuck. It's just like a checklist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it just be like, God damn, like at the end of the day when you look at it, we damn near numbers.
Yeah, we are.
For real.
Bro.
Until you set yourself apart, like you were saying,
Yeah.
and become that one, like I don't know, bro. It's a lot into that shit now that you say it.
Right.
But
But we all like numbers, bro. I feel you on that, cause it's so many people, bro. So
but I
8 billion
think
people.
it's a community thing too, though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, say you go to a predominantly white high school, your number is gonna stand out more.
Ooh, true.
It's gonna stand out more because it's just like you have this certain background or ethnicity to where they gotta be like, well, we gotta make sure this
person,
minority
Yeah.
does what he have to do so our numbers can come back and we can show these people this minority did this.
Yeah, he was successful under our system type shit.
You see what I'm saying? But when you're in a mostly black area, it's just like y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. Like just pass.
Just pass.
Just pass. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's all we need to get funded.
Right. And they don't even just like really got like high expectations for a lot of folks.
Nah, not at all, bro. Because the expectations come from the sports.
Damn,
They come
bro.
from the sports, bro.
That's crazy.
You gotta You gotta make sure you go to practice, stay out the streets, and shit. If you at practice, we don't give a fuck about your grades. We're gonna talk to the teachers, you know what I'm saying, to get them to curve your grades and shit like that.
Right.
But make sure you get up out of here so when you go to the league or whatever the fuck, you can come back and pay our bills.
Right.
Damn near.
And we'll accept you type shit.
You know what I'm
everyone
saying?
else is kind of like, they don't really give a fuck about you too much, bro. It's just like, you just like another number.
Hell no, they don't give a fuck. And I ain't gonna lie, like, that's kind of what this podcast is like here for, because I feel like when I was in high school, it wasn't many platforms like this, especially from Mo City, to where it was just like showing me different people from different areas, came from the same spot I'm from,
right?
But they successful in other areas. They don't gotta shoot towards sports, so they don't gotta shoot towards whatever their parents are telling them to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They could come back and be like, oh, well, I really resonate with what this person was saying on this platform. Maybe I could try this out.
Right.
Before I even get to the point of, like, college and being like, damn, I need to go do this, and it don't even work out.
Absolutely,
shit fall flat. Now I'm working at a Burger King or something.
Right. You 25 and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You got a whole plan.
Don't got no plan. No plan. Even for the motherfuckers that's in sports. And they be like, bro, just train, bro. I was in sports. Trained like a motherfucker. Got to college. Shit didn't pan out. I ended up quitting. I ain't had no fucking plan. So then once I got out of school, I'm just like a fish out of water.
You brand new to the shit.
Brand new to the fucking world.
What's going on?
Man, bro. So I gotta figure out, like, at first it was like, man, what the fuck do I really want to do? Then I had the kids, like, what the fuck do I gotta do? You know what I'm saying? And
them kids change you, huh?
Man, boy, what?
Leave you with no options.
No options. You gotta whatever make you some bread, shit. Go ahead and get to it.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? And not to say like you need a fold or not stay on your 10, but you do gotta make some bread in this world.
Right.
That's a given. Like you do gotta pay bills. You do gotta do all this shit. So
especially in this country, bro.
Yeah, bro. You gotta build up to do what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that shit 100%.
It's just like shit. I don't know. I rather teach the kids different than like what you gotta do or what you need to do. It's like what do you want to do?
Right. And then the thing is like each generation is like, cause the shit we going through right now, like it's gonna be totally different from 20, 30 years from now.
Right.
So it's kind of like you can't have like this line of reasoning, cause I feel like the former generation, the generation before us, like our parents, like they had like their own way of living at that time when they was our age, and that's the shit that they think that is gonna work now, and it's not gonna work now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I definitely agree, like pushing your kid or pushing the younger generation to like figure something out on their own, like not necessarily figure something out on their own, but like do something for themselves that they think that they can succeed in, as opposed to pushing like my vision of success on them. That's just gonna handicap them in the long run, because the shit ain't gonna work 30 years from now,
And then they gonna they push you to what they want you to do, and once you don't do it, you gotta get the fuck out. They ain't gonna help you.
Bro. They ain't gonna help you.
They ain't gonna help you.
They
try
start
to figure
calling
it
you
out.
all types of names and shit.
Bro.
You don't listen.
You don't listen, And it's just like, bro, as a kid, bro, you figuring out the world, nigga. So you gotta figure out what's your niche for real. Cause I ain't gonna lie, in high school, you really figuring out who you are.
You ain't even. Exactly, bro. You still trying to figure out your crowd. Still trying to figure out your swag. You still trying to figure out, like, do I like this? Do I like that? What type of girls do I like?
Bro,
shit
at 18, you ain't gonna know how to make money in this world as a career.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I think that shit comes a little after college. I think college probably molds you for that business mindset. But that shit don't come by 18.
Nah, hell nah. Not at all, bro. Not at all. 18.
Yo, I don't know whoever you are, but listen, if you watching this, it's for a reason. Make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, anything 2234. Follow us on all the socials, all the streaming platforms. Shit, we out here. You sitting on your phone anyway, letting your life pass you by, scrolling on TikTok for hours. Go ahead and get some great game from your boy Swain. Hey now.